Hello there. On Tuesday we had a cold front move southwards across the UK. Now, after a cloudy and wet start to the day across northern areas, once that cold front had moved its way through, well, the skies brightened up and we had a mixture of sunshine and these big shower clouds.
Good morning. It's a chilly but bright start this morning. Yesterday's cold front cleared overnight. This was sunrise earlier on, barely any cloud to speak of.
And Carol this morning is just behind us at South Parade Pier, just along the coast. That's where many of those servicemen boarded the landing craft that would take them onto Normandy on this day exactly 80 years ago. Good morning, Carol.
Good morning, John. Good morning to you too. John is absolutely right. And this is the original pier. This is the pier that the troops would have seen before they set off for Normandy. But other piers were built alongside this one using scaffolding just to speed up the whole process. And looking across the beach this morning, it's very calm. There's been people out walking their dogs. The weather is calm. It's chilly, mind you. It's really poignant to think what happened here 80 years ago and to think how those troops must have felt watching this beach disappear as they crossed over towards Normandy. Now, I mentioned that it's a calm start to the day here this morning. The forecast for us all today is one of sunshine and scattered blustery showers. Now, we're not all going to see those showers. They'll be most frequent in the north, and we're also starting off with some mist and fog across Northern Ireland and also around the home counties. That will lift. It's a chilly start to the day if you haven't yet been out, but a lot of sunshine across many areas.
So what we need to know this morning is whether the sun is going to shine down on those veterans today as they gather here on Southsea Common for this very special service, along with military top brass of 2024. The royal family all going to be here to see this ceremony hosted by Dame Helen Mirren live later this morning. So just down the coast from us on South Parade Pier in Portsmouth, Carol can tell us how it's looking for Portsmouth and the whole country today. Morning, Carol.
Good morning, John. Good morning to you too. Indeed, it's going to be a dry day here in Portsmouth. We've got sunshine. It's a chilly start. Not a lot of a breeze, I must say. It is quite pleasant.
It looks like the weather is going to be all right today. It's certainly a lovely start to Wednesday morning. And Carol has gone down to the pier, South Parade Pier, a short distance from here. And Carol, that is where those young men boarded the landing craft, heading over to Normandy, not knowing really what was awaiting them. Morning.
Good morning, John. Good morning to you too. That's absolutely right, John. And we are right at the end of the pier. Right down there is where the troops would have disembarked from the pier and got onto those landing crafts that you mentioned, taking them to the beaches of Normandy. Just young men as well. What was going through their minds at that time? I just don't know. It's very poignant to be here on a day like today. Now, it is sunny. It's a chilly start to the day, but the temperature will pick up quite quickly.
I've been seeing the pictures. It looks absolutely lovely, sunny weather for those all-important D-Day commemorations. Carol, good morning again.
Good morning, Sarah. Good morning to you too. It is beautiful here this morning on South Parade, I should say, Pier in Portsmouth, and the sun is beating down. It's been a chilly start to the day, but it's warming up quite nicely. And if you take a look at the view that we have here, this is actually one of the piers where the troops would have left from as they were boarding the landcraft to take them to Normandy. Now, temporary piers were also built from scaffolding alongside the pier to speed up the process of getting the troops into the landing crafts. And during World War II, part of the pier was dismantled to prevent it from being used by the enemy in the case of an invasion. So the troops actually had to rebuild it in order to be able to use it themselves. So things like that you don't actually think about in your day-to-day life, do you?
The organisers of this event on Southsea Common will be absolutely delighted because right now, at least, the skies are blue and the sun is shining. And Carol joins us here in Portsmouth and she can tell us about the significance of where you are, Carol. Morning.
Good morning, John. Good morning to you too. I'm actually in South Parade Pier in Portsmouth. What a view we have as well. But I want to show you a still photo taken on this very day 80 years ago, showing the troops getting ready to board the ships and the landing craft to head out across the Solent to the Normandy beaches, of course. So if I get out of the way, you can see what I'm talking about. So this picture is from this very spot, and there were many ships along the shore that eyewitnesses said seemed as though it would be possible to walk from Portsmouth to the Isle of Wight across their decks. And of the 160,000 troops who landed in Normandy, 27,000 of them left from Portsmouth and also Gosport. Now the sun is beating down here today. It was a cold start to the day, but it is warming up quite nicely now.
Carol, it's looking absolutely glorious there. And we heard, didn't we, from Matt, the importance of weather 80 years ago, so phenomenally important. But I mean, also now when you're talking about commemorations, it just makes the whole commemorations so much more special, isn't it, when we are looking at visions, looking at sites like that, the sun across the Solent, and of course tomorrow in Normandy as well.
Absolutely right. You can't help but think how the troops must have felt, Sarah, when they were leaving our shores to cross the Solent, the English Channel, to get to Normandy. It must have been terrifying for them. I've been putting myself in that position all morning, and it makes you feel really sad, actually. They were so brave.
They were so brave, Carol, you're so right.
Thank you, Sarah. Good morning, everyone. I'm on South Parade Pier in Portsmouth, and look at the view over the sea and the beach. It is stunning. Now, part of the pier was actually dismantled during World War II to prevent the enemy landing on it in the event of an invasion. So our troops had to rebuild parts of it in order for them to use it.